Hello, beauty treasure hunters. Welcome back. My name's Michelle. Today, just for funsies, we're going to do this entire look with nothing but makeup sticks. I also have a beauty treasure that you might want to snag in your hometown. And I have a tip for keeping your makeup on in hot and humid weather and absorbing oil. So, if that sounds good, stay tuned. Okay, before we get started with our fun stick makeup day, I've got a beauty treasure for you, and you can find it currently at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And this is the Dermasil Oatmeal Milk Toner. It's unscented, feels great, can't beat it. So you might want to check your local Dollar Trees and see if you can find it. That's a treasure. Okay, we're going to get started with some sunscreen. I'm going to do half of my face today with high-end sticks or more expensive ones that you might find at Ulta or Sephora, and the other side with drugstore or even cheaper. So to be fair to the foundation sticks, I'm going to use the same sunscreen stick, but I do have a couple to tell you about. The one that I'm going to use all over my face is this one, the Airy Sun Stick. Abib, I guess that's the brand, if I'm saying that right. And it's kind of a clear stick. I also found this one at a local salvage store, but from what I understand, MD Solar Sciences is pretty expensive. And it looks like this. It's not clear, it's got a little color to it, but it gives a matte finish. But again, so that we can see the difference in the foundation sticks, I'm going to use the same sunscreen. Love how this is shaped. I got this at Marshall's on clearance, of course. I love the way it's shaped because you can kind of fit it around the contours of your face. Okay, that feels nice. I don't feel too slick. The next step, I have several things that I could use. I'm going to use a pore filling stick because I'm going to try not to use any powder today. I'm going to try to stick with my rule of everything sticks today. I've got the NYX pore filler stick I could use. I've got the Morphe pore filler stick. I've got the Impossible Primer by Wet n Wild. And I have the Master Blur stick, but it's colored, so that wouldn't be the same on each side. I also have several blur sticks from Revolution that I could use. I have, let's see, one with illuminating properties. I've got the same thing except without illumination, the blur stick. Then I've got the blur stick by the Revolution that is in the line that's a little bit cheaper, and that one is colored. I think all of these are. And I also have one from the Dollar Tree. I haven't seen it lately, but within the past few months I have. It looks like this that I could use. But to be fair to the foundations, I'm going to use the Morphe All a Blur Pore Perfecting Stick. And it comes with a little cap on the top to keep it from drying out. And it is clear. So I'm going to put that in my T-zone, anywhere that I would typically need powder. I think that did do a little blurring and a little mattifying. The next thing, I'm going to use an under eye hydrator stick, and I think the one I'm going to go with is the AOA Squalane stick. It is the cheapest and it is really good. You could also go with any of these e.l.f. hydrating sticks or the Wet n Wild Hydra Stick. I also have another one from Dollar Tree I could go with. And I've tried all of these and they're all good. But I'm going to go with the AOA. You can find it on Shop Miss A. I've used it quite a bit, so there's a big dent in it too. And it even comes with a little cap that goes on top to keep it from drying out. Okay, so far so good. Now on my more expensive side, let's see. I'm going to give the more expensive side to my driver's side window, side of my face. Have you ever noticed? I mean, I think most people would tell you, yeah, I have more sun damage, I have more wrinkles on my driver's side. But I'm going to use this tear stick. I'm going to prime my eyelids with it. And since I know I won't have any fallout today, since I'm using sticks, I can go ahead and use it under my eyes as well. And on my drugstore side, I'm going to use the Neutrogena concealer stick. It's the Hydro Boost one, and it has a core that is moisturizing. Feels super creamy. I'll keep those around because I might need them for concealing some blemishes today. All right, now on to eyeshadow sticks. I'm going to try to do the same look on each side. Now I'm going to start with, on my drugstore side, I'm going to start with the NYX Jumbo stick. This one is in Iced Latte, and it is just a good base color. And on my left side, I'm going to use one that I got at Marshall's recently, but it's by Fenty. Tiramisu instead of tiramisu. Tiramisu. How cute. And it may be a tad dark. Yeah. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild multi-stick in Nudie Culture. And I think that'll be more of the shade. Yeah. Pretty close. Okay, moving on. I'm going to use a CoverGirl stick in the shade Golden Toffee. I'm going to use this in the outer corner. Bring that underneath. And on the left side, I'm going to go back over this with my Milani. I think it's more comparable to what I've picked up for the other side. This one is in Canyon. It's a little bit darker. And on the high-end side, I'm going to go with one of my Stila shadow sticks. This one is in the shade Topaz. And it's quite dark when it goes on, but it shears out nicely. And this is one that I cannot use in my waterline. Whatever's in it, I must be sensitive to. So I'm going to be careful not to touch my waterline. I'm good as long as I don't do that. Okay, that's looking fairly close. And now I want to add a bit of sparkle. And I got this at a Ross. It's the I'm Meme or I'm Mimi. I don't know. It's not how I spell Mimi. And it's a glitter stick. I cannot see the name. And it looks like it's going to be white, but it's kind of sparkly. So let's see. I'm going to put it on my finger. So I have a little bit of sparkle. And on the more expensive side, I'm going to do Intense Moonlight by Laura Mercier. and it's a tad sparklier than the other side, but pretty good matches, I think. I don't think I look very lopsided. Okay, now I'm going to clean up underneath, and I'm going to dip into my squalane with Q-tip. Sharpen up that edge, give it a little lift. Okay, now I'm going to touch up each side. Okay, now I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay Full Time Mascara on my lower lashes. I have Ardell Sectionals with the Kiss Super Stick Glue on my upper lashes. I think this is like day 4. The Super Stick, it says lasts up to 5 days. And the key there is when you take them off to just do a thorough cleaning. I like to use hypochlorous acid as a cleaner of choice. All right, now I think we're ready to go in with some complexion sticks. And I'm going to start off on the high-end side with the Charlotte Tilbury stick. Mine is in shade 5 medium. Can you believe that's medium? Gives a nice glow. And for the other side, I have the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Stick. And this one, 02 Fair. It's a little less emollient than the Charlotte Tilbury, but it still gives a nice glow. Right, so quite a bit more glowy on the Charlotte Tilbury side. All right, moving on to the foundation sticks. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give that some time to sink in, and I'm gonna do my brows. This is tricky to do brows with sticks, but I have some Maybelline Tattoo Studio, and it is a stick. It is in the shade 250 Deep Brown, and it's super fast way to do your brows, that's for sure. And that's what today's all about. Stick makeup is about getting out the door quickly. And on the other side, I'm going to use EverPro Gray Away Root Touch-Up Quick Stick. I got this at a salvage store, which has like hair color products. Focus. Come on, little camera. Okay, sisters, not twins. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the foundation sticks. On the high-end side today, we have the Dior foundation stick. Mine is in 2.5N. I love how it's kind of an oval shape. Well, kind of, it is an oval shape. It's hard to do half of your nose. And has a nice light scent, but if scent bothers you, you might not like it. Or if you're sensitive to that, your skin or your nose. I like to look up close and press in, especially around the nose. Press it into the pores. Okay. And on the drugstore side, we have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. And this one's in the shade 3. I'm going to kind of blend them together in the middle because I do have some errands today. Okay, let me double check the nose close up. Pushing into pores. Smooth and small. Okay, I think my Milani is a tad lighter, but I think the coverage is very similar. Okay, now on to some contouring. And on the high end side, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick. I don't remember what shade it is. I'll have to put it on the screen. Here's what it looks like. And this is tricky for me because I'm used to doing my whole face with one. Now on the other side, I could do my Catrice Soft Glam stick in shade 98 Deep, or I could do this foundation stick from AOA Studio, and this is in the darkest one, I think. Rich is the name. I think I'll go with the cheaper one. Fairly close on the color, and I'll use 2 different brushes so I don't end up mixing them up. I'll use this one. Okay, switching brushes. Moving on to blush. On the more expensive side, I'm going to use some blush from Milk Makeup, and this is in, thank goodness for magnifying things, Work, W-E-R-K. And I like to lay the creams on heavier, especially if I'm only going to be wearing cream. Because cream blush usually disappears pretty quickly. But if you have dry skin, it's fantastic. I'm going to use a dense brush for this. And on the drugstore side, I'm going to use this one, this new one from LA, Color & Care Tint Stick, Nude Flush. I'm using a different brush to blend with, same shape. Okay, we're getting close now. For the more expensive side, I have this one from Tarte, the Twinkle Stick in Skylight. I like it, it's very subtle. And this is so cool. On the less expensive side, I had this one from Be Pure. Got it at the Dollar Tree. And it has a little cap on it. And I like to take this and just put it on my fingertip. I forgot to do the other side. Middle of my nose. So let me put some of that Twinkle Stick on the middle of my nose, to be fair. All right, now just lips. On the high end side, I've got this NARS, and I think I've already trimmed the name off of it, but I'm going to use it as a liner. And then I'm going to use a different stick in Endless Love, and I found this at Marshall's recently. Pretty bright. And on my drugstore side, I'm going to use a Milani Stay Put crayon in shade 120. And to make these match a little bit more, I'm going to blot the other side. And I'm going to use the Hard Candy Lip Shine lipstick in Taffy. So not quite a match here. That's closer. Okay. Now I have to have some sparkly gloss. And on the high-end side, I have this from Pat McGrath Labs. This is the one that is just super golden. And on the drugstore side, I have this highly rated Diamond Shimmer from Milani. It's the more golden shade. So for my lips, my shade's not exactly the same, but you can see that the quality is there. So before I go do my errands, I'm gonna smudge this all together. There. And that brings us to the end. We did everything in sticks today. Okay, I have one more tip to share with you today. When I was in high school, I used, instead of compact powder, I used baby powder. And of course, we all know that way back then it was talc. However, baby powder has been replaced with cornstarch, which is also in a lot of our beauty products. However, it is a food product without preservatives. So this tip will not work for everybody. For some people who put it on their skin, they may have a food allergy to that. But I'm going to show you how you can use, if you have a really oily skin, or if you live in a super humid climate, you can use this to take down the shine, and I have not broken out from it. Now, for people who go to sleep in their makeup, they might, it is a food source for bacteria. So as long as you are washing your face twice a day, you shouldn't have any problems. And especially if you use like a hypochlorous acid spray to refresh throughout the day. So I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch, and I do have tiny baby powder thing that I could toss in my purse if I wanted to, but I actually got some cornstarch. And all I do, kind of shake up my can and then tap it off. I need to put some in a little container, and I like to use a fluffy brush and just tap it in. And what I have found is I do just a little bit under the eyes. You don't want it really does soak up, so you don't want to overuse it. But it really makes your pores disappear. And I'm going to stop right there. And I found a product kind of like the Dalba spray. See how it's separated at the top, just like this is. And this was $2, so I'm going to give it a shake. Now that I have a little bit of powder on, I'm just going to melt it all back together. And you guys know that my favorite setting spray is actually hairspray. And so here we have it. Mostly sticks pretty fast. And as far as high-end and drugstore, I don't think you can tell much difference. Thank you for watching today. If you found me, you're one of the first ones. So please share with your friends and like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. It's really fun. I'm a retired elementary school teacher. I did that for 27 years. And so I would like to do this as a hobby and eventually, start getting paid for it. So that would be really cool. Wherever you are today, I hope you have a great day. And I hope this makeup session took your mind off the cares of the world for just a little while. I hope you see me next time.